And welcome everyone to another edition of 90.9 WJB's Yo Just Checking In. I'm your host, Marcus Sims, and as you guys know by now, on this format, what we've been doing the past 2+ years, we like to let you know what's happening in the Tennessee Valley from special events, organizations, or individuals that we need to put you in the know about. We are powered by 90.9 FM and WJAB.org. And I'm happy to have on this particular edition of Yo Just Checking In, we're putting the spotlight to focus on a very special event or two that's happening in the Tennessee Valley. In case you haven't heard, of course, September in this area is Huntsville Music Month. And I think it's a really cool way that, in a lot of ways, we're wrapping up Huntsville Music Month with not one, but two special events that are going to be happening in the Tennessee Valley. And let me say this right now, the best part about this is it's free. Free meaning it's open to the public, meaning you don't have to go worry about a ticket or anything like that. It's free 100 to everyone out there. So right now, we're going to go around the room. We're going to start with Minister Fred. You guys, please introduce yourself and tell our listeners/viewers a little bit about yourself.
First of all, I want to say thank you, Marcus, for the opportunity to share. Minister Fred 2, No More Dirty Ink, and we do a lot of great things, transforming lives in the community, a lot of the urban postmodern, and making a significant impact and difference in our community. So I'll just start there.
Captain Rice.
I'm Jeffrey Rice. I'm representing the Alabama chapter of the National Organization of Black Law Enforcement Executives, also known as NOBLE. And I am a captain with the Huntsville, Alabama Police Department.
All right. And I'm DB Real Music. I'm a Christian hip hop artist out of Seattle, Washington. And I love Jesus, and I'm very passionate about following God's purpose, for my life. And I'm sponsored by No More Dirty Ink as well. So that's who I am.
Well, guys, I want to thank you all so much for giving us a few moments of your time this afternoon, as we're going to be talking about the No More Dirty Hip Hop Summit that's coming to the area very, very soon, and also the upcoming Good Music and Arts Festival that's coming to the area. As I said before, free 100 to everyone out there. So before you even ask about tickets or how much, Mr. Fred, it's free 100, correct?
Correct. It doesn't cost anything. Just it costs you showing up, getting your whip, roll up, be there, enjoy, change, be better.
That's right. Now let's get right to it. In fact, Mr. Fred, let's hop right into it. Tell us what inspired this. Really, what I think is going to be so interesting, this Hip Hop Summit Festival, which I'm going to say this right now. If you're someone who's involved in the music industry, whether it's not just hip hop music or R&B music, but also clean Christian music, I think this is one of the events that you definitely need to be at and check out. So what inspired the No More Dirty Entertainment Summit 2022 event?
So what inspired it was really a combination of a lot of conversations in our local community. As you know, I'm a pioneer in the Christian and the clean hip hop industry for literally 34 years. So I'm always having great conversations with those that are either pioneers, new artists coming in the game, a lot of the promoters, those that are working behind the scene in terms of the AR. And they're always like, hey, Minister Fred, we really need to have something that kind of helps people see and be able to begin to understand the journey of clean entertainment and how it impacts all forms of music, beginning with hip hop being the #1 mode and medium for hip hop and for, sales and everything else that's out there. And then incorporating that with community initiatives like what Noble is about, and Captain Rice will share a bit about that, so that we can make a significant impact, like really change lives, and they can be proud, they can embrace it, live it, and then become better.
And we do want to remind everyone now, this event will take place at the Bob Harrison Wellness Center, and that's located at 6156 Pulaski Pike here in North Huntsville, Alabama. That's on a Friday, September the 30th at 6:30 p.m. Doors open at 6 p.m. So you got enough time to run home, grab the kids, you got enough time to make it to the event. Once again, it starts at 6:30 p.m. at the Bob Harrison Wellness Center. Now, let's talk about the theme. The theme of the event is the impact of music and media, the cons and pros affecting our communities. And guys, I think one of the things that really stood out to me, which made this so timely, is I Googled on the phone a day or two ago rappers that we've lost in 2022. And that's just a sad statistic of people who are involved in the hip hop community and that we've lost. Honestly, glorifying a lifestyle that, and Minister Fred, you know this, and Captain Rice, you know this, and DB, we all know this at some point. It's almost a tragic way to go. It's obviously not a healthy lifestyle. But I am so talk about that a little bit, Minister Fred. The topic that we have, the pros and cons affecting our communities.
So one of the things we wanted to do is make it practical, Marcus. We really wanted to be practical, but then it very much centered on how to do, not just that it isn't right. And so one of those things is that we're going to do is we're going to dive in. We have some amazing panelists that are starch really faces for hip hop and R&B, and even on the promotion side, they're going to say, hey, here, this is what you see when you see a video. This is what you see when you see all of the hype. But behind the stars, behind the rappers, behind the promoters, there are some serious demons. There's some serious battles they're dealing with. And what we want to do is really shine a light on these things and how we can really do it practically, as well as having the spiritual application, and then dealing with law enforcement. And it doesn't always have to be confrontational. I think the music, I think a lot of the media platforms, Marcus, like you said earlier, it's like, it's me against the world, it's me against the police, it's me against and then what happens, it festers all of this stuff. And then you have to live out what you're rapping or what you're singing, or, whatever the case may be. And so we really wanted to do something practical, something really practical.
And I have to say this real quickly. Also, the panelists that are going to be involved in this are some really heavy hitters. Everyone from Esther Jones, she's an author and a promoter, to Kwame Vanderhorst, he's an author and also a motivational speaker, to Pastor Clifton J. McMillan Sr. You also got DJ Skino, who's going to be in the house, and China White, who for years was affiliated with Lil Jon, the East Side Boys. Honestly, maybe one of the pioneers of crunk music, So it's a heavy hitter event. Also, you've got in the house my man DJ Sam Smite. Am I correct?
Correct. He's gonna turn it up. You already know he's a vet on both sides.
Right. DJ Sam Smite, one of the best in the business. Now, one of the topics that are one of the things that's happening also for this event, if I'm correct, is the gun take back. It's a gun take back. So let me jump to Captain Rice on this. Tell us a little bit about Noble, and especially in the profession that you're involved with, the gun take back program. How exactly does that work?
So Noble, we are a community-oriented type of organization, not political at all. We support positive initiatives in the community. We link up with community stakeholders who are already doing things to really push forward a true community policing platform. And so with this music summit, we have decided to coordinate with Minister Fred, and from 4 to 7 p.m. At the Bob Harrison Center, we will have an area set up to for you to turn in your guns. We are taking a strong stance against violence in our community, and this coincides with what Minister Fred and this Hip Hop Summit are really pushing. That violence is not the way. That we could do something different, and we could do something positive. So we are coordinating with the Madison County Sheriff's Department and Commissioner Edwards, who is a District 6 commissioner here in Huntsville. So we're wanting to link up and just do something positive, get people to turn in their guns, especially in our elderly community. People may have guns in their home that they don't know what to do with because someone has passed away. They can bring those guns, get them turned in. And we're not offering anything of value. And this is not a setup. We're not trying to arrest people. That is not what we're trying to do. But we're trying to get these illicit guns off the street and out of home so that a kid doesn't get a hold to them accidentally shoot themselves. So we appreciate Minister Fred as a community stakeholder, and we also appreciate WJAB for always being involved in community events.
And that's a very important point that you made, Captain Rice. So once again, we'll say this again for anyone who's wondering, when they come up to the event on Friday, if they want to turn in their firearm, look, it's no arrest going on, judge-free zone or nothing. Just bring it, and we'll let law enforcement from there handle all that stuff. No, nothing. You know, I guess what I'm saying is, repeat your point again that you made.
This is not a setup. We're not trying to arrest people. We're just wanting to give people an opportunity to get guns off the street. We're not offering anything of value, such as grocery cards or gift cards or anything like that. But if you want to get a weapon out of your home that you don't know what to do with, or you have a weapon and you know that you shouldn't have one, we want to get those guns off the street, because we are taking a strong stance against violence. We're speaking for positivity in the community, and that is something that the National Organization of Black Law Enforcement Officers Executives is what we stand for. We stand for a violence-free community in Black and brown communities, but communities all together. So we're just looking to have a good, positive time on September 30th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Bob Harrison Center, along with this hip hop summit.
And if someone wants to know more about Noble, could you tell them a little bit? Is there a website or anything, Facebook or social media about on Noble?
Yes, you can Google the National Organization of Black Law Enforcement Executives and pull up our website and learn all about Noble, how it was started in 1976 from a symposium that was held in Washington, D.C. amongst about 60 law enforcement executives. And out of that symposium, Noble was born. To try to affect change in the inner cities that really truly affect Black and brown communities. So if you go to our website, there's more on there. There's a lot more to it. It talks about ways that you can join. You don't have to be in law enforcement to support. We take corporate sponsors. So there are a lot of different things that you can unite with us and do. And this is not the only thing. We do book back giveaways and some other things in the community. So this is just one of our initiatives that we hope to hold annually in this community and across the state of Alabama.
Wow.
Hey, Marcus, let me jump and give that, because I just had somebody call about that today. And the website is www.noblenational.org. So the word noble, because that's the organization, and then national. And then when you click on it, you can go to the different chapters based upon the different states. And then you can definitely get in touch with Cap and the whole team. And I do want to say one more thing. I know we got to keep moving, but one of the things we really want to do is be able to build that really great rapport between law enforcement and community. You know, it's like when we were doing this stuff in 2020, Mark, it was amazing to see that unification of different population groups, different diverse people, and then law enforcement. And we were able to do a whole lot. And so imagine if somebody is trying to make a decision to change their life. This is the place where it's a judgment-free zone. You could come in there and say, hey, man, I need to talk to somebody. Or, man, I got some old weapons that my grandpa passed 10 years ago, and I got my grandkids are in the house all the time, you know, whatever the case may be. And so we just wanted to do something that was really very compassionate while still law abiding and also helpful as we grow in this #1 city. I mean, not just a state, but we #1, period.
Right. Now, Mr. Fred, briefly tell us about the keynote speaker, if I'm correct, Dunk, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the keynote guy that you have coming in, a little bit about him.
So our keynote is Dunk. Dunk, and you will probably know of him if you're in the music industry, especially hip hop. Dunk is Boosie's first cousin.
Right.
And if you remember his touring and all of the stuff he was doing, Dunk was right there to the side. He was right here, man. You don't play with Boosie without dealing with Dunk. And
Right.
so Dunk has made a really major turnaround. He's got a powerful message, and just how he does that, and he's going to leave some tips with us to make a difference locally, especially in our community in North Huntsville. We want to make a difference and be able to partner in a way that universally works. Everything we do, even Pastor McMillan, we're going to talk about how to bridge the church with hip hop culture or industry, and then mix that in with economic power. We talk about buy Black, buy brown, buy back. How do you do that? from the faith community and the economic community.
And one of the things I want to stress is if you're an artist in the Tennessee Valley, this is definitely a great time to come out and network with some of these individuals that have been in the industry or connected to the industry, can give a lot of good advice, a lot of life-saving advice, a lot of financial advice. And I think this is such a cool thing because, once again, it's free. Now, this is on September the 30th, 6:30 p.m. The doors open at 6 p.m. And as Captain Rice just stated earlier, there will be the gun take-back program from 4 until 7. And as Minister Fred just stated earlier, look, we gotta get those guns out the hands. Less guns, more books, right? Or something, I'm here for that. I'm here for that. But Fred, let's jump real quickly now. Also to another event that's happening while we have you on here. Let's tell us a little bit about the upcoming Good Music Arts, the Good Music Arts and Music Festival is coming up.
Right. So once we get through Friday night's event, we want to be able to celebrate our success. We want to celebrate community awareness and community unity. And so last year we did it. It was amazing. In the middle of a pandemic, over 2,000 people showed up. It was crazy. Captain Rice was there with me. It was bananas. And so this year we got a bigger platform. DB Real Music, which who's on here, he'll share a little bit about that. But just the whole point is a full 5-hour legitimate festival of all clean. We talk about it. Now you're going to see what that looks like. From we got hip hop dancers, Lecrae's people coming in. We got folk from Miami. We got it from every walk of life in music industry, every style from local all the way to international and national. We have reggae, we have soca, we got it all, including our headliners, which is James Fortune, and then also Denise Tishner from Kurt Carr Singers. And you already know the hometown winner is, you already know, Charles and Tanya Harris. And again, it's free. It's free. Big Spring Park East, right down there in the smack in the middle.
And once again, what I think is so cool is I think it kind of just rolls with how we've been doing everything all month long in the month of September and now stepping into October. But I think it's really, really a great way that we're wrapping a lot of things up with the Good Music and Arts Festival that's taking place at Big Spring Park. And I gotta welcome in my man DB Real Music, the youngest guy he's been involved 3-4 years in the Christian hip hop scene. So brother, welcome and thank you for hanging out with us here on this platform.
Oh yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, I've been in for about 3.5 years, man, and just like I was just telling you before, just looking forward to what God has in store, man. And, I appreciate, my old, family friend, Minister Fred, man, just being there for me, and basically kind of taking me under his wing, man, and managing my career, giving me, these, kind of opportunities, man, where I'm able to, to share my gifts and talents, with the people, and to be able to serve them, through that, and I'm just really grateful and just, honestly, just in awe, seeing, how God has been moving, and looking forward to seeing what he's going to do through these events.
And what do you think? Now, what do you think about from your standpoint as an artist? As I mentioned at the top of the show, unfortunately, 2022, or actually, you can go back to the shooting of young Dolph in Memphis, going back last year. I believe that was in November of last year when that happened. As an artist, how do you feel about the climate that's going on right now for on the hip hop scene? I think one of the stats that I read, it was real tragic of hip hop artists not only passing, but at the age that some of these artists and how they're dying. When I looked it up on one side, it was either by shootings or by stabbings, how some of these artists are going. So as an artist in the field, how does that make you feel?
Honestly, man, I'll take it back all the way to even Nipsey Hussle,
Right.
man, 2020, man, just the violence is ridiculous. And it definitely, it hurts me to be able to, see those reports, of these different rappers, who are going down in those ways. It's definitely things that should not be happening. And when I think about it more, I think it has a lot to do with what the hip hop, music, glorifies, with the money, the sex and the drugs and the violence, and a lot of the communities I think are being affected and dying, from these. these different artists, who are promoting these certain things, and I think at the same time, like it's important for Christian, hip hop artists such as myself, to continue to stand firm in what we believe in, and believing, that Jesus Christ is the only way, that we are able, to defeat sin, to defeat all of these different things, that are happening, within our world, and staying true to who you are, knowing who you are and staying true to being, that person who stands up in Christ and knows that, like he's the only one, who can truly change a life, and as he's done with me. I want to just continue to share that, with the world, and to be able to, just help them to realize, that Jesus has a greater purpose in mind, man, than any of us could even possibly imagine, for every one of our lives, and so I'm just looking to be that light.
Wow. Now let me ask you real quickly, Mr. Fred, if someone is interested in taking part in maybe they want to be a sponsor, a vendor, or a volunteer for the summit that's coming up, or if they want to be involved with the upcoming Good Music and Arts Festival, can they do that, and how can they reach out to you?
Most certainly, Marcus, and thank you for sharing that. We definitely want to always be inviting. And yes, so if you want to sponsor an artist on an event or some bottled water, oh yeah, that's always, we'll never say no to that. And even if you say, I want to volunteer my group, I want to get my youth involved. We have several youth groups that are planning on being there. But yeah, the more the merrier. You can go to our website, it's nomoredirty.org, or you can call 256-698-9749. Or just if you want to hit us with an email, just info, the @ nomoredirty.org. And we'll be happy to share and get you connected with our people and our team. And just, we're going to have a great time. And at the end of the day, they'll experience, Marcus, what we're talking about. And then they can still turn up and have a great time, know their name when they go in, when they leave. I mean, all of that. You got a whole kids section. A shout out to Huntsville Public Library. They're going to have a whole setup station. I mean, it's going to be dope. I mean, T-Mobile got a gaming truck. I mean, it's just like, we're just going to show just a whole bunch of fun. HPD going to be in the building, Parks and Rec. We got a VIP area just for kids and adults. Come on now. Like, treat the folk like you want them to live. And not,
right. Well, I'll probably be in the gaming section myself. So if you don't see me out there in the concert part, it's probably because I'm in the gaming section. I own that one right there. But and I'm really looking forward to both of these events, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, are open to the public. Don't forget, Friday, September the 30th at 6:30 p.m. It is the No More Dirty Summit featuring Kwame Vanderhorst, Esther Jones. If I'm correct, she's a promoter that's been involved in the industry for quite a while, correct, Mr. Fred?
Quite a long time. Yeah, she was actually initially the promoter for Nelly. And she's doing other things. So like, she know the business.
Also, you got China White, DJ Skino. You also got DJ Sam Smite in the house. An artist that I really like, Bianca Love, that if you checked out Mr. Fred's show, she's a great artist. And of course, my man DB Real Music will be in the house as well. So it's going to be a great event on Fridays, September the 30th at 6:30 p.m. Don't forget, from 4 to 7, you can do the gun take back program. No arrest, nothing. Look, just bring your guns, point blank. Just bring them, and then Captain Rice will handle all that other stuff, right, Captain Rice? I'm sure Captain Rice is saying yes right now.
Yes. We will handle everything. And on those guns, Marcus, let's make sure that the guns are unloaded, folks. That we don't want to bring loaded guns down
Please.
there. So make sure that our guns are unloaded. And again, we're just thankful to Sheriff Kevin Turner, the Madison County Sheriff's Department, and Commissioner Violet Edwards, District 6, and to WAJAB and No More Dirty for being the community stakeholder. Community policing at its best. And that's what Noble stands for. We love community policing and these type of initiatives. So thank you, guys.
As I mentioned these artists, as I mentioned someone like a DB Real Music or someone like a Bianca Love, check them out on their social media as well. You can kind of get associated with the music before you actually check them out. DB Real, how can they hear you online? Can they go on any of the streaming services or anything? Or?
Yeah, I'm everywhere, you know, from Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube. Just type in DB Real Music. You know, I'm the one and only, just DB Real, and then music is spelled M-U-Z-I-K. One more time is DB Real Music. Music is spelled M-U-Z-I-K, no spaces. You know, so you just type that in, YouTube. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, everything, you know, try to hit me up. You know, those are the places that you can get me. You know, and like I said, I'm on those places on every streaming platform, you know, so check my music out, you know, and I'm sure you'll be blessed.
And Minister Fred, real quickly, if someone wants to, once again, wants more information, maybe they want to sponsor, maybe they want to volunteer, maybe they just have a question or two, please give us the information on how they can reach out to you.
So the information, the telephone number locally is 256-698-9749. The email is info, I-N-F-O, the @ nomoredirty.org. And the website is nomoredirty.org. Just give us a ring, hit us with email. We'll get right back. Got an amazing team.
We
And
like
thank
to
you so
promote,
much for being with us, man. Thanks for letting us come on your
yeah, we
on your
like to
show, man.
promote things that are positive, that are uplifting and life changing, not only here on Yo Just Checking In, but WJB in general. And I can say both of these events that are taking place are definitely positive events that we need in the Tennessee Valley. As I said before, I think it's just so cool as it's kind of all just rolls together with everything that's been going on with Huntsville Music Month and some of the things that are happening. We've even got Ty Tribbett coming in the area pretty soon
Yes,
too.
sir.
So so many really cool things that are happening. Don't forget Friday, September the 30th at 6:30 p.m. You have the No More Dirty Summit that's taking place. And Mr. Fred, what is it? The next day or two or something? We're hitting. When is the Good Music Festival taking
Oh
place?
man, it's 2 days later, man. So you
2 days,
come
literally
hang out
two
with us
days
on
later.
Friday, then Sunday we Big Spring Park East, right smack. You can't miss. Y'all know it's all the way down by Huntsville Utility. That whole huge area, brother.
Yeah,
Just come and
it's
enjoy.
going to be a great weekend, and I'm looking forward to it. Guys, thank you so much for joining us here on the latest edition of WJB's Yo Just Checking In, where we like to let everyone know what's happening in the Tennessee Valley, positive, uplifting events from individuals, organizations, or people you just need to be in the know about. We are powered by 90.9 WJAB. Guys, thank you so much for giving us a moment of your time. And be sure to check out the No More Dirty Summit and also the Good Music and Arts Festival. Guys, thank you for joining me.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks,
All
Marcus.
right, blessings, man. Appreciate you.
Blessings, man.
Shout out to